I'm incredibly fascinated by this this injury that you had. It was a neck injury.
Yeah.
You had one surgery.
Yeah.
And then the WWE told you, like, essentially, you're a liability guy. You're not in wrestling shape. You have to retire.
So what had happened was I ruptured 2 discs in my neck at 29 years old. Again, all those ladder matches, right? They take a toll.
Yeah.
So
You think?
and then so I had to get a double fusion. And they took the bone from the hip and blah blah blah, and it was like a year at that point to recuperate from. So I came back from that, wrestled 9 more years, and they said, "Listen, this the discs on either side are going to slam off that fusion, off that titanium plate. Your career is going to be shorter." It's like, all right, well, I haven't been world champ yet, and I got to do that. Like I checked off all the other stuff, and it's entertainment. It is, but being given an opportunity with the world championship, it's like you're trusted. You're being given the Oscar or the tip of the hat. Like you are trusted with the baby. And I had to do that. So in those 9 years, I came back and I became this vile, just no redeeming qualities villain. And I really leaned into it. And when we were talking about things that I would tap into, I was like, okay, I want to be like the Guns N' Roses of wrestling. Just that slimy, gutter-dwelling guy that you wouldn't want anywhere near your woman because he'd probably steal her.
Yep.
And then beat your ass. So
And then you'd play his song afterwards.
yes. Yes. So in
November Rain.
stand in front of a church. Yeah. But in doing that, I was wrestling all of the top baby faces in the company who just happened to be like Undertaker, Big Show, Batista, John Cena,
Right.
Kane.
Right.
Who's the one getting thrown around? That's my job, right?
Yeah.
So eventually it did take its toll. And I had just assumed it was normal because I got a double fusion and I land on my back for a living. Okay, I'm always going to have a headache. That's just the way it is. I didn't realize that isn't just the way it is. I had developed spinal stenosis, which is a narrowing of the spinal column and it shuts down your spinal cord. So it was being pinched like a straw. And we didn't realize that, the full extent of that, until after WrestleMania 27. I was world champ. Did the match.
Yeah.
They said, we want you to get a little testing. Got the testing, and that's when we found out. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't expect that. At least at this stage. I was 37. I figured I'd go to 40, right? And so I was like, oh shit, I better wrap my mind around this and figure out what it is I'm gonna do. And acting fell in my lap because this executive producer of the show, Haven, wanted to tie in with wrestling. Yep. They saw my retirement speech. One episode turned into 41, and then I realized, okay, I enjoy this. It's not quite like wrestling, but I still enjoy it. And then got the second neck surgery.
Yeah.
So now I have a triple fusion.
But that was the one, right?
That was the one.
That second neck surgery. So this is where I get a little fuzzy. Was it an amazing surgeon that happened to heal you right up? Was it just because the second surgery opened a...
So the second surgery took the pressure off my cord and they fused me a level up. So I should have lost mobility, but I haven't. And all I can equate it to is that I really work on my neck. Like I train my neck.
Oh, really? What kind of stuff do you do?
So I got this thing called an iron neck.
I think I have it. Is it the circle around your head?
The halo?
Looks like a moron.
Oh, you look like the Great Gazoo from the Flintstones. Yeah, it's dated reference, but somewhere will get it. But
yeah, you do this thing and all the next.
And
okay.
And for me, what that did was attack and strengthen all of those little muscles that get attacked when you bump.
The surrounding stuff. Yeah.
It's not so much the fusion, it's making sure all of this is like good and ready to go. Between that, my diet, and honestly, my mentality. I don't know if there's another way to put it. And Dr. Maroon, who did the surgery, is kind of agreed to the same thing. He goes, I really don't know if I can fully explain it, except that you just think differently.
Wait a second. Dr. Maroon was the one who medically retired you.
Yeah.
And then he also did the second surgery.
He unretired
and then he
you?
unretired you
Yes.
8 years later, right?
9 years later, yep.
Because I in the doc, your wife especially, by the way, shout out to her.
Yeah.
What a great person.
She's the best.
Her
I'm biased, but
yeah, I mean, bro, she has that supportive like she really loves you. And,
Yeah.
and as much as she wanted you to do the thing that you love, she said, what, you have to be medically cleared by like a bunch of doctors and she has to see it for herself. And when he did it, it sounded like she didn't think in any world he was going to be the final clearance for you to wrestle.
She equated him to the big boss in the video game.
Yeah.
And for me, that's what I thought too. Like even going in, I was like, I know I'm good. I can do this. But that doesn't mean anything.
You need to hear it from Bowser.
Bowser needs to tell us, right? Exactly. So, and then, man,
but as a doctor who medically retired you, he was like, this can't be right. How has this recovery happened?
Yeah, we've had some pretty incredible discussions, and I think he's as dumbfounded as me sometimes.
Yeah, I thought for sure he'd be inclined to be like, no,
Yeah.
I medically retired you. I know how bad this is.
It's a miracle.
And literally, it's what it sounds like.
Well, I think also too, it's like I'm on a different schedule now. You know, I'm not trying to maintain like I said, the 220 a year. It's not feasible, not possible. Like, and nobody needs to see me 220 times a year. Let's face it.
But something else that's like so apparent about you as you speak here about your regimen is that you put in the work. And I mean like into all of the individual details of this specialty that is, your career. And you look at a lot of these other guys and, not taking anything away from, but there are the party guys. There are the guys that are more focused on this or focused on that. You live this. And I actually see a lot of it in him as well. This thing is what he does.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to party. He doesn't want to go out. Vices don't exist to him. He is locked and loaded into this 24/7. And I guarantee you that a lot of those unretired people are the ones that are willing to put in 15, 20 hours a week working out their neck to become unretired. Like not everybody's willing to do that.
I was just in the gym with two other dudes who have had really bad neck injuries and surgeries. And we were in there and we were going.
Right.
It's just it's a different.
Yeah.
I mean, the neck. It's a different mindset.
The neck is.
I need to get in and out of this industry, dude. No, seriously, every single person, every wrestler that sits in that seat just tells me how messed up they are and all these injuries, and it's already happened. And I just want to watch my health, man.
Yeah, for sure. But here's what I've also learned. That's also a mindset. As long as I keep moving, I keep moving.
But also, it's
when I stop.
mean, like what's the
moving.
extent of
no,
moving?
but it's a dedication.
As long as you can do this, you're still moving.
You can move.
No,
But it's a dedication, dude. It's like, look at any sport. I mean, he for his whole life, he knew he wanted to do this. Obviously, when you watch it, you know it's not going to be, you're going to be prone to some hiccups. But dude, like, look at every basketball player. Look at every legacy hockey player, every legacy football player. This is an athletic.
There's a price to be paid.
Prowess, yeah.
There's a toll for sure,
and it's worth it. I think.
I believe it is because I look at the life I've been able to, supply to my children.
Yeah,
and I know that's why my mom busted her ass working 2 jobs, is so that I'd have the opportunity to be able to supply it for her grandkids, and I'm able to do that, and I've been able to do it by doing something I absolutely love.
Yeah.
And I realize how rare that is in everyday society. Take 100 people, ask them if they absolutely love what they're doing.
Yeah.
Do you absolutely love it?
Me, I do.
The same way he does?
I do. Oh, wrestling?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think I love it like you love it.
I'm a different beast when it comes to wrestling. I am. I'm a lifer. And even though I love acting and even though I've had some good chunky roles, I still fought to get this back.
What percentage of guys do you think have the mentality that you have, where they saw it, they wanted it from day one, and they did it?
I think you can tell who they are.
Yeah.
I think the Undertaker. I think
Yeah.
I think
The greats.
Yeah.
Hey there, if you like the clip, make sure to subscribe or check out this recommended clip to my right.